Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a story that truly embodies resilience, a journey from silent struggle to profound purpose. It's the powerful and moving narrative of Corporal James Holloway, a man who learned that the hardest battles aren't always fought on the battlefield, but sometimes within ourselves. Grab a seat, because this is a story you won't want to miss. James Holloway grew up in a place that sounds almost picture-perfect, a small town in Alabama. Imagine quiet streets, the roar of Friday night football echoing through the air, and neighbors who still greet you with a friendly wave from their porches. James wasn't a troublemaker, but he also wasn't exactly charting a clear course for his future after high school. He bounced between odd jobs, fixing cars, painting houses, even helping out his uncle at the local hardware store. Life was simple, predictable, and frankly, a little directionless. Then, everything changed. On September 11, 2001, when the towers fell, James was just 19 years old. Like so many across the nation, he watched the news unfold in disbelief, a profound shock gripping the country. But for James, that disbelief quickly morphed into a powerful determination. He later recalled, "I didn't know what I was supposed to do, but I knew I couldn't just stand still. The world felt like it was shifting beneath his feet, and he knew he had to act." Just 1 month later, with a newfound resolve burning within him, James walked into a recruiter's office and enlisted in the United States Marine Corps. He was ready to answer the call, ready to find his purpose. Fast forward to 2004, and James was deployed to Iraq as an infantryman. This was a world away from the quiet streets of Alabama. The desert heat was an enemy in itself, soaring to a brutal 120 degrees on some days. James carried 70 pounds of gear on his back, his rifle always at the ready, and, perhaps heaviest of all, the constant weight of fear, the gnawing uncertainty of what lay around the next corner. Every day was a test, a challenge to his limits, both physical and mental. But James adapted. He didn't just survive, he thrived in his own way. He quickly became known among his unit for his remarkable calm under pressure and his unwavering loyalty. One Marine's words perfectly captured James's character: "If Holloway's got your back, you'll make it home." That sentiment speaks volumes about the trust and respect he earned from his brothers in arms. He was a pillar of strength, a reliable force in the chaos. Then came the day that would forever mark him. In 2006, during a routine patrol near Ramadi, James's convoy was ambushed. Explosions ripped through the air, gunfire erupted, and pure chaos enveloped them. In the midst of the terror, James was hit by shrapnel in the leg. But even with a serious injury, his focus remained squarely on his team. He refused evacuation, pushing through the pain, prioritizing the safety of his fellow Marines above his own, until every last one of his unit was secure. For his incredible bravery and selflessness that day, James was awarded the Purple Heart, a testament to his sacrifice. He came home a hero in the eyes of many, but deep down, he didn't feel like one. He carried a different weight now, one that wasn't visible to the world. Returning to Alabama, the hero's welcome felt distant from his internal reality. James struggled profoundly to adjust to civilian life. The sounds that once comforted him now triggered his memories. The distant pop of fireworks, the familiar smell of diesel fuel, even loud conversations could send him spiraling back to the battlefield. Sleep became an elusive friend, and focus seemed impossible to grasp. He tried to go back to work at the garage, but the clanging tools and constant noise only amplified his tension, making his anxiety spike. His friends, meanwhile, were moving forward, building lives, careers, families. James felt frozen in time, trapped in a war that, for everyone else, was long over. The hardest part? He didn't talk about it, not to his loving parents, not to his closest friends. When people asked how he was doing, he'd offer a practiced smile and a simple, "all good." But behind that facade, he was fighting silent battles, the unseen wounds of trauma, the crushing weight of guilt, and the profound ache of loneliness. Years passed, filled with isolation and a deepening depression. By 2012, James had reached his absolute lowest point. One night, sitting alone in his truck, the darkness closing in, he contemplated ending everything. It was a moment of utter despair, where hope felt completely gone. But then, a small miracle occurred. His phone buzzed. A message. It was from Sergeant Cole, his old squad leader, a voice from a past that felt so distant yet so defining. The message was simple, yet incredibly powerful. "You still out there, brother? We're getting the team together next week. You should come." That one, unassuming message, reaching out from the darkness, became the lifeline that saved James Holloway's life. With a glimmer of hope rekindled, James drove 400 miles to meet his old unit in Tennessee. What happened next wasn't about revisiting the war, but about something far more vital: survival, shared understanding, and healing. They talked for hours, not glorifying combat, but acknowledging the scars they all carried, some visible, many invisible. They shared laughter, they shed tears, and in that reunion, for the first time in years, James felt truly understood. It was a brotherhood forged in fire, now coming together to mend the wounds. During that powerful reunion, James learned about an incredible nonprofit called the Silent March. This organization was dedicated to helping veterans heal from trauma through the restorative power of long-distance hiking. The concept was beautifully simple: walk, talk, and reconnect. It spoke to something deep within James, a quiet calling to something more. He signed up for their very next trek along the legendary Appalachian Trail. The first few days on the trail were brutally challenging. His old leg injury ached with every step. The rain poured relentlessly, and the profound silence of the wilderness forced him to confront memories he had meticulously buried for years. It was an internal war, all over again, but this time, he was facing it head-on. Yet, with every single mile, with every deliberate step forward, something profound began to shift within him. He started to feel lighter, not because the past magically disappeared, but because he was learning a new way to carry it. He was learning to integrate his experiences, rather than letting them define and consume him. By the end of that challenging 100-mile hike, James had a profound realization, a wisdom he now shares. "You don't leave the war behind," he often says. "You just learn how to walk with it and still move forward." It's about finding peace, not by erasing the past, but by understanding its place in your journey. Today, years later, James Holloway is a beacon of hope and healing. He runs his own veteran hiking and recovery group in Alabama, powerfully named the Silent March, carrying on the legacy that helped him. Through nature, physical challenge, and the unbreakable bonds of brotherhood, he guides other veterans on their own journeys toward peace and purpose. He still carries a slight limp from his injury, a quiet reminder of his past, but he wears that limp with immense pride. It's a testament to his survival and his strength. Every Veterans Day, James visits local high schools, sharing his story, not to glamorize war, but to speak honestly about service, resilience, and the enduring power of hope. He talks about what truly comes after the fight, the long, often challenging road home, and the even longer journey of self-discovery. At the end of his powerful speeches, he always shares a profound truth that resonates with everyone. "I thought my fight ended when I came home. Turns out, that's when it really began." And when the students rise to applaud, James doesn't smile for the attention. He smiles because, finally, after all he's been through, he knows exactly who he is, and he's helping others find their way too. James's journey reminds us that courage isn't just about facing external enemies, but also about the incredible bravery it takes to face our own internal struggles. It's a testament to the power of connection, the healing found in nature, and the unyielding strength of the human spirit. If James's story resonated with you today, please give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us share more inspiring stories like this. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss our next upload. We're honored to have you here, and we truly appreciate you spending your time with us. See you next time.